As I'm sitting here with January close to ending, I hate to say this, man, but things are just changing for the worse. You know, not only in my dump, but in my life too. As a result of my dump changing for the worse. You got Johnny telling me, because I told him that, you know, our guy Terrence, who usually shows up on his birthday is today, and he never misses out. And now he's missing out, and I don't see any decorations on his desk, you know, like the balloons and the usual stuff in his swag, you know, his passion for his own birthday and what have you. And I remember, I'll never forget when on his birthday, what was it, in the year 2022, or was it 22 or 23, when he, what was it? Yeah, I remember he did that dance, and he had all that paper money, like the money decorations, the dollar bill decorations on his desk. And I remember some of us were messing around with him, and he was doing that dance, that birthday dance where we were throwing the paper money at him. It was so funny. I even have the video of it. I think I swear it had to be in 2022. So I just thought I'd share that a little bit, because that was one of his finest moments to me, as you know, as me and a lot of, you know, we had a lot of people back then in 2022, and even 23 before, and almost 20 people left. Like, you know, we were celebrating, you know, Terrence's birthday at the time. Well, according to Johnny, things do change, and unfortunately, with this dump being what it is, it has changed for the worse. Is that car's wheels okay? I'm just wondering, because I heard a freaking squeak on, what was it, Ernie's car earlier before I left, because as I was reading Eugene's quote, or the text message from one of the group chats about, you know, how like the two different environments of, you know, when we interact in group chats and when we hang out, you know. But here, look, man, I wrote a blog earlier, and, you know, I don't even have to share it here, because I talked about it. When it comes to doing my blogging, you know, before I even started my unofficial podcasting, I was doing a whole lot of blogging, and yes, a whole lot of, you know, just ranting, cooking at dump, you know. And I'm still cooking on it, because I talked about how much my dump has regressed, and how I'm just noticing that each year I'm there, I have a tendency to notice some of the things like that used to be traditional but are no longer traditional, and some of the things that I used to enjoy that's, you know, no longer there. And I brought out the example of Terrence not showing up for his birthday. More likely than not, he's not going to show up for the birthday, the monthly birthday, you know, end of the month celebrations. I remember there used to be a whole lot of us. In my first year, there was a whole lot of us. I remember in my first year, like, I was sitting in the kitchen, there was like 10 or 11 of us. It was a one big happy celebration. I know Rico was, at that time, he was kind of, you know, trying to get over what happened, you know, as far as like the, you know, miscommunication with the flyer and all that, or, you know, misunderstanding, or I messed up on something and all that. But, you know, that was my first time being part of a celebration like that. It ain't the same like that no more, dude. Which I mean, I know it's just, I should not be making such a big fuss over something like this, but this is exactly what I mean when I say I have a tendency to notice all these things that are, you know, to the point where I would end up saying that it used to be like this, it used to be like that. Yeah, these people used to be here and all that. This is why sometimes I don't want to even talk to Ernie. And I don't have anything against the brother, dude. But it's to a point where it's like we're always having these conversations. He's the one that brings it up more than me. Like when he says, "Oh yeah, well, you know, I remember this person, that person, Paula, Laura. I remember Tina, and like I miss those guys. I used to be fine with it." I get all that, but they've well moved on. And by the way, Paula did ask me about how the guys are in the warehouse. I told him that that's it. Ernie told me that was slow. Well, it still feels kind of slow to me, not just in the warehouse, but you know, it's like, are we reaching just a slow period in time? Because it was never like that in the first year. You see, now I'm making that reference where I'm saying it used to not be like this, it used to not be like this, it used to not be like that. Each year, there's always something about that dump to the point where even the way it functions is just making that dump just regress. To the point that even my life itself has regressed. I myself have regressed. Look what just happened the last couple of weeks. Even one of my family members just did not greet me happy birthday. And that's sad because of that incident. And for Dewey to even say that I'm a bad friend, I'm telling you, dude, my darkness is getting worse because of that dump. And this is and yeah, we know how the times are post-pandemic. This year, last year, especially when you get, you know, who in the White House, and you know, to see everything that's been happening for the worse, especially as far as the economy is concerned. It's like I'm hearing nothing good on the news anymore. Nothing's good. And even in my surroundings, it's just nothing is good. Nothing, man. It just pisses me off that I'm seeing everything just change for the worse. And more likely than not, it's still going to change. It's like the longer I'm in that dump, not only is that dump slated to get to regress even further, but so is my life because of still being in that dump. More than half the time, I feel like a fucking retard. And just knowing that, like, I'm lost more than half the time, and I'm just having these emotions that I just cannot control. The longer I'm in that dump, it's just nothing's ever gonna be the same. Nothing. I'm sitting there, it's like so. It's like too much has just changed just for the worse. To the point where I have to say it used to not be like this. Well, yeah, because it's never gonna be like that. Look what I have to go through right now in my life. This whole goddamn billing issue for my mental health thing. When in the first place I should have to be even taking that. If I already have a new job. If I already have a new job back in 2022, guess what? None of this would have happened, and everything would have been good with me, and even my entire friend circle. That means I would have lost all these friends like Krisa, Angelique, Lovely Mel, Part Jory, Christine, Karil, Alyssa. The list goes on. Gwen, Giselle, Joanne. You know what I'm saying? And even these guys from the Nutballers, it would have still been in full strength, mind you. And if and you know that event that Robbie is supposed to go to, he would have still gone. So is Julio. Well, maybe, I mean, like, if it wasn't for what he was going through at that time, I'm pretty sure he would have gone. But I know Robbie would have gone. But unfortunately, it's just problems left and right. I'm sick of this, man. I'm just even more sick of myself that I have to still be in this dump. I don't care if I'm burnt out. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going on my job applying. I don't care to see a guy like so many people are just, so many workers are just being burnt out. Well, I'm gonna continue no matter what. I'm beyond miserable at this point. You even got Carlos telling me to shut the fuck up, like this morning, and it's like it's to a point where he's seeing me like this all the time. And me and the boss almost broke up our friendship because of what happened on the last couple of Fridays. That incident. Nothing's gonna get better for me, dude. Nothing. I'm through with this. I'm through. So, you know, it's just sad. Like, I hate sitting at my desk just knowing what I have to go through. I'm not learning anything new, and it's just, and that's just that. So I'm done. I'm fucking done. Peace. Thank you for watching, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe.